Bruce McIntoon does it all again. Today we're working on a Chrysler Pacifica 2018 Touring L. The battery is going dead. We had a check engine light come on for the auto shut off, auto start system, and we got the code checked with the auto place, and they told us that it was most likely the battery, and after looking at some things online, it sounds like that's probably the case. So we're going to show you how to pull out the battery on this model. I saw some videos and they talked about a strap over the top of the battery. Ours did not have the strap. So we'll show you the parts that I had to replace along with all the different things you have to take apart. First thing we got to do is take this air chute off. Just lift up on that end and pull it out. Next thing we're going to do, pull this up. Got this 10mm bolt to take off, or nut. Got to loosen up that 10mm. I found that taking this 13mm nut off, so you can pull this off, makes it a lot easier to remove this negative. Then push it back over here. Once you've pulled this off, you need to get a little tool in here to push down and out these plugs. I just use one of these tools. Push down and out. And now it's loose. And you do that for all three of those. But I'm going to wait until I get this all pulled off. Once I get this nut loose here, I'm going to do that after I take the negative off. Negative first, pull these out, pull it off. Once you've got it pulled off, you can close the cover and push it off to the side back here, because you need room to pull the battery straight up. You're going to pull up on this side straight up and then lift it out a little bit of an angle. Otherwise you have to take this strap off. That's 10mm. You can pull this strap off. This is a reserve battery. It's a really simple step of pull that out, pull those out. Just make sure you tuck those things back and out of the way so you got room to pull the battery out. Alright, one thing I'll note is if you look inside the bottom, it says what kind of battery you need here, an H6, just in case you weren't sure on what you had. So you can see here's the secondary reserve battery. You do want to make sure you pull the power off of both of those. You can see here are 3 plugs that we took off. Ready to put the battery, the new battery in. You want to make sure that these plugs that we took off earlier are pushed out of the way, because we don't want to damage those when we're putting in our new battery. In order to drop this in, you're going to want to take the right side, put that straight down, and then slide it over as you tip the other side down and in. battery in place. Got this protective felt on the outside. Make sure that's not sticking out. Down in there you can see the hole. For your locking bracket. That side's going to go in towards the battery. Now that we've got this in place, we'll be able to rehook up the terminals over there. We're going to pull this part back over here, pull this off. This cap over here can come off. Put it all back together. Take that piece off. You got to pull on this tab. Pull that cover off. Those can get recycled. Now we open this up. Make sure we put these back in the order that they were taken out. So we put the white one in first on the left side, maroon one in the middle, and the black one on the outside. You don't have to put them all the way in at one time, get them all lined up. Alright, we're all set up. There we go. Now to get this reconnected, this red rubber part goes just underneath this black edge. So put that in place. That one on there. Get your 10mm ratchet. Alright, so now the reserve battery is connected again. Down a little. Alright, checked it. Appears to be working. the negative. Put that on. Alright, now I've just got that one's a 13 millimeter. Why 13 and not 12 or 14? Because that's what it is. Alright. So that's going to go in down there. This bolt's going to go in, and then we'll ratchet it on. When you look down here, you can see there's two little notches for that bracket to go in that black piece. And that lets you know that you're in the right spot for locking the battery in. Now the nice part is I don't have a very long extension, but if you look inside here, there's just enough room to put your ratchet and get on there, so you can spin it in and out. So I got to use my other hand to get that going. So you got a 2018 battery you need to replace. There's no strap on this one, whether they didn't send it with for some reason. I think my model just doesn't have it because I had an extra cord in here. I've got 1, 2, 3 of these connectors, and I'm just not sure where the strap would even go in there. There's just not a lot of room. Anyways, the last thing we have to do is we have to put this vent cover back in. So just squish it in there, push it back, and then there are the hole there, the hole there. You just line them up over the holes and push it down. And there's your battery replacement on a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. As you can see, I can't move the battery anymore. It's all locked in place. So if yours is 2018, I discovered I did have to take out that smaller battery on the left side, and I needed to get an extension on my drill so I was able to reach down farther enough to get that bolt out, but I didn't have to have like an 18-inch wrench or anything. Took out the one bolt on the strap, and then I was able to get that battery off and replace it. So that was fairly easy.